Hello and welcome to another video. Today we have something very different. We will not be playing on the block breaking SMP. What? That's right. I have decided to do more of a build centric video because honestly I love it so much. So today we will be doing a video inspired by Smallish Beans. I think he made this video about like 2 years ago or something. That's just how dedicated I am. Where I recreated my friends' dream houses in Minecraft. I got 6 of my friends together and asked them what, if they were to have any build made for them in Minecraft, what would it be? And I made it for them within a 4-chunk block because I don't have that much spare time on my hands. So I would say let's get into it. I have a very important beginning to this episode. As a proper intro to the video, I have decided that we should name a new axolotl baby. We have 3 axolotls now. We have Ranch, we have Spicy Sriracha. Where is Spicy Sriracha? Spicy Sriracha. Yeah, Spicy Sriracha. They are not moving. But we also have a little baby with no name. Hello. Take a name tag. Take a name tag. Give me your names. Oh. And look. Cupie Mayo. This is painful. Alright, let's just get into the video. I have the prophecies. Excuse me. I'm trying to record a video here. Bloody hell. Alright, so this book here contains all the information we need to know about the builds we need to create. So, shall we get started? Wonderful reading. Skye. Something spooky and Victorian. Lol, that is all I can think of. Well, Skye, you have come to the right place. Spooky and Victorian, off we go. Alright, getting straight into the build, we are starting off with a little bit of a podsole decoration. To go with the Victorian style, I used a stripped dark oak structure with a spruce wall palette. I was debating using dark oak, but I ended up just deciding on using that to accentuate the features, which ended up looking amazing. And then we've got a bit of a deep slate tile roof. I really love how that shape just kind of works. It gives that really like old Victorian style. I had a lot of troubles with like the little tower roof and I ended up just using windows to give it a bit of a point. You know how they. Once I was satisfied with the structure, I ended up adding more windows all around. It was a bit of a trouble trying to figure out what design I wanted, but I ended up settling on just something really simple because I didn't need much. Once I was satisfied with that pattern, I fiddled with the door design, ended up using spruce trapdoors, and then added some more accentuating features. I decided to use some stained glass patterns to give it that like kind of rustic feel, because we are going for Victorian, not just spooky. And then using some nether, and then also just some like grungy little stuff for the pathway. I did some interior stuff, which I probably shouldn't have done in the time lapse, but you know. It is what it is. And I made it dark with a little spooky. Oh, wow, a whole garden. I am so good at recording. I'm great at this. You should totally subscribe because I'm very professional. Alright, with this build complete, it's time that I take you guys inside. Alright, upon entering, we are greeted with this lovely little hallway area. There is a skylight because that's the only way you can get in because these doors are not functional. You know. There's a little bit of blood for a bit of a spooky, scary effect. Oh. Someone's sounds a little shy. So here is the lounge area. We've got a little skeleton, some bookshelves, and a lovely little campfire in case it gets cold. I don't know what that's like because I'm in the literal pits of Australia, or whatever. Yeah, so this is for Skye, Skalander. So I wanted to make sure that this was a perfect house for her because I know she gets cold a little bit. So we've also got some of these, the little, I forgot what they're called, adding some little atmosphere in the area. Now if you go into some of the bedrooms, so this is for Scully's mum. Now Scully and her mum are very, very close, so I wanted to make sure that I had a room, because if you make a house for Scully, you have to make a house for her. So we went with a little red vibe because red is her favorite color. I did a little carpet design, and we of course have all of the vines, another flower up here, and a big old picture to fill up space. We love that. Now to get up to Scully's room, we take this vine stairway. Now Scully's favorite color is blue, so of course I had to complete it with a blue vine. They're really a good match with the nether. And if I break that, we have a cheeky little mellow high. So yeah, that is pretty much the gist of Scully's build. I'm so happy with how it came out. Now let's move on to the next one, Wild Spade. Hopefully maybe here is a little quieter. So let's get into the next build. Now Wild Spade has requested a shovel themed out. Could look like a shovel or could be like a mining house. Are we surprised? Absolutely not. Of course Spade wants a bloody Spade themed house. Alright, well let's just do it. Spade's turn, let's go. Now I wanted to attempt with some natural terraforming, just using like creative mode to make it, but as you can see it looked terrible. So I got started on the entrance, which is a very important part of this like mine shaft. I saw this roof design, I don't know where, but I really like just the slant. It looks pretty sick. And then I went with spruce. And we have World Edit cutting in. Yes, that's right. I decided to finally use World Edit to kind of do this like terraforming stuff. Looks so much better. There was sand everywhere. It's like when you go to the beach. I added some accentuating features of like granite and andesite and gravel just to give it that little vibe. And then we're on to the spade, which is very important for our mate Wild Spade. And we did some cheeky rocks flying out, and then World Edit was a bit weird for me, so that's why it doesn't look good, but you'll see a better like cut in the next clip. So Spade wanted just like a bit of a mine shaft kind of build, not really a house. I kind of forgot that I'm turning all these into house when making this one. So we've got our big old spade digging into the rocks for some reason. I added some ores and some extra little pops of color in the rock, which I think looks so cool. And if we come on down here, we've got a jukebox, because we gotta love our jukeboxes. Holy moly. And we come on inside to a little spooky, who knows where this will lead. If you look really closely, you can see kind of the depths of the cave. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. But yeah, pretty simple, but worthwhile. This was really fun to experiment with. So I'm really glad I got to use our World Edit for some rock formations, and it's come out super cool. I figured for this next request, we should get used to the water because we're going to be working quite a lot with water. As lovely Pom Dexter said, I want a pirate ship please, but flying. Ha 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 ha. Good luck. Alright mate, let's bloody do it. Hello child. Oh, alright. On to Pom's build. This was so hard to do. Again, using World Edit to come up with some of the shapes. I did cut some of that out in the replay just because I was fiddling with things a lot and it didn't look like very good content. But yeah, we made some waves, added some little like, you know, accentuating colors. I attempted many designs at this boat because I wanted to give it like an angle, like it's been like capsized. So I finally found a design I was happy with, and obviously, as you can see, went with it. We added some sails with some wool and, you know, all of that junk because we're pirates, real pirates. Haha. I wanted to add some more like waves, like pushing the boat up, so it doesn't look like it's just flying on its own, because you know that's the whole idea behind it. But yeah, here we go. And again with spades, I wanted to use world edit to experiment with some different like shape formation. And although this looks a bit rough, I wanted to make this look as if this was the ocean kind of like rising up and like creating a bunch of waves, because Pom wanted a flying ship. I didn't really want to just go with your basic like, oh, ship has wings kind of vibe. No, we ain't basic here. We're creative. So I figured the ship will be flying because the waves is absolutely annihilating it. So yeah, definitely a lot of room to improve. I will practice my wave designs in the future. Don't you worry about that. But I'm quite happy with how it turned out. This was a long process, but you know. Now, I'll take you to the boat. So I'm not too sure about how I want to do the boat. I had some references. I didn't really want to rely too much on references because I'm trying to, you know, do things on my own. And if we go on inside, now these pirates, they're educated. They're smart. They're smarties. So we've got a bunch of books here. We have a bed because, you know, someone's got to sleep somewhere. And we have a skull. Just 'cause. And look, lots of booty. And with that, time to move on to the next build, which you've probably seen because I'm not good with my camera move. Hello, meow meow. Hello, meow meow. Garfield? Hello, sir. Would you like an interview? Wait, you have to tell me. We have to tell me what Jason's build is, sir. So you've got to tell me what Jason's build is. Can you make a Dwarven Stronghold house? Of course I can, sir. Thank you so much for your time. Would you please consider subscribing to Bangs Miggy on YouTube? Thank you, I appreciate it. Now on to Jason's build. Now I don't know much about fantasy stuff. I really want to get into D&D and all this stuff that he's into, but like this like design came out so cool. Like I just went with a little like kind of like a mini castle. And honestly, if I do like an SMP where I want to have a castle, I'm using this design. I actually love it. I added some nether brick as a roof because I don't think I've ever used like proper nether brick for a design. And it just like accentuates it so well. Like, and then like some fancy cut stone, you know how it be. Added a little entrance because it's not a Banks McGee build without some weird funky entrance. Now, something you'll see in a second is I did some terraforming of the thing, but I used like orange sandstone to like add like a little ring around the build, and that just pop of color. You don't realize how much like a little pop of color actually just adds to a build. To all you professional builders, this probably seems like basic to you, but I'm still trying to get into like coming up with my own designs, so like this is pretty crazy for me. But yeah, added some wood because like you gotta give it that natural vibe. And some jungle trapdoors. I don't know why I did it, but I did. So deal with it, mate. I gotta have some sort of Australian accent. I think it's just my branding at this point. Now what you'll see here is I actually decided to make a troll because the building itself just looked a bit bare. So this is my first time doing a complete organic. I think he came up pretty cool. I think he looks more like a golem than a troll. But I mean, hey, artistic rendition. This one is for a IRL friend who is in love with a lot of medieval D&D kind of stuff. Jason requested a Dwarven Stronghold. So I'll take you into the stronghold itself design. I wanted to kind of go with a bit of a, you know, castle-y look. And I added this orange to kind of tie it all together because a lot of drawings and stuff like that, they tend to use oranges. But, you know, at first I was a bit confused, but I think it looks quite nice. It adds like a really fun looking design. So if we come on inside, we have a little area right here. There was originally armor stands, but when I was messing around with World Edit, they just disappeared and I couldn't be bothered to re-enchant them all. So just pretend that there's armor stands here. But look, so we've got a bunch of gold as well, some more booty. We have a big enchanting room so that these guys can be all rich and powerful. We also have a big old dining area. They're eating cakes, it's dessert time for them. And then we have a big old throne for the big boy, who's me in this instance. I am the big boy. I am the big boy. So yeah, that's pretty. Oh, actually, the house looked kind of simple. So as you'll see in the time lapse, I decided to add a big troll, a little troll boy into the vibe because I don't know. Now I don't have much experience with organics, so you know, first try. I'm quite pleased with how it turned out. I was really trying to add that like really spindly spine vibe, which as you can see, that's a crickly old spine. The spine's good, so I'm happy. But yeah, just like with the ocean, I do have a lot of like ways that I could improve with this kind of stuff. I do want to start doing some more organic, but you know, for a first try, I'm quite happy with how this turned out. Oh my god. We don't even need the book to know what we've got to do for Riley. This man is dedicated. What the hell? Oh my god, are you serious? Time for Riley's build. Lorax time, baby. This is for the Onceler build. Now, it was really hard finding inspiration online for this because, like, a lot of the original Dr. Seuss drawings, they're very, like, just, like, angled and stuff, which is fantastic. I love it a bit. But you can't really do that very well in Minecraft, so I mentioned this later, but I found an artist who had more of a cylindrical vibe, which ended up working great. I know it looks like some weird child's head, but just wait for all the features to add it. It ended up coming out pretty good. I'm pretty proud. It doesn't look identical to the building, but for the limitations that you might have in Minecraft, I'm quite happy with it. Now you will see some purple accentuating, and it may not seem like it fits in, but the original Dr. Seuss drawings, he has like the windows boarded up with window like wood, so that's the reason behind it. Oh my god, we're already at the final couple builds. So let's get on to Riley's. So if you are a block breaking SMP fan, you might have caught on that Riley Deburn is basically the Onceler of the server. Riley runs Talc, a corporation basically, which is basically just money and stuff. And he has a big old statue of himself as the Onceler. So yeah. But he was asking if anybody could recreate the Onceler house, you know, from like Dr. Seuss. And I was like, Riley, I'm doing this video where I'm recreating people's builds. Do you want me to just do it in there? And he was like, yeah. So I did it. This was a pain in the behind. I'm telling you that much. This was very difficult, but you know, we did it. So I went with this. I kind of followed, I didn't go truly to the book of the original Dr. Seuss drawing because just the way it's all formatted and shaped, I hate to say it, it's practically impossible to make it look good in Minecraft. So I found an artist rendition who I will pop up in the corner here, who basically drew it out, and I really liked the shapes and how it kind of had that like boulder vibe. So that was my big inspiration for making this work. Now there have been a couple of YouTubers who have done this before. However, I wanted to make sure I put my own spin on it because we don't copy here. That's nasty. But yeah, be sure to check those out because even though they are older tutorials, like it's amazing to see how well people recreated this. But let's take you on inside, shall we? Now, I wasn't too sure how to decorate the interior and I wasn't too phased about it because this build is going to be put into the SMP and I should put it in the next episode if you're looking forward to that. So I figured I would kind of leave a blank state. These are meant to represent like needs. If you've watched the Onceler, if you're up in the Lorax, if you're up in the Lorax lore, you would know. But yeah, and then you have a little ladder that takes you on up. Now we've got our windows boarded up and I went with the original color in the Dr. Seuss book with a like purple boarded up windows vibe because I can and I liked the pop of color it gave. So yeah, we've got our grumpy old man as cobwebs and his view of the dying wasteland thanks to the needs. So yeah, that was several hours of my brain deteriorating, but I'm happy with how it turned out. Oh wow, it sure is starting to get dark. Maybe I should find somewhere safe to go. This wouldn't be safe enough. We gotta go. Ah! Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Let's just move on to Wire's build. So Wire wants to build a floating boulder with bits and bobs of rocks floating too. Rooms for all things enchanting and brewing. A build entrance anywhere you see fit. Detailing style wizardly. Terrain below stone then waters. It's a colour stain. Of course I saved the hardest for last. But let's do it! We are on the final build and oh my lord, was this a pain in the behind. Why'd you make this so difficult? No, I'm kidding. So the prototypes you'll see early in this video was just me messing around with world and I did not keep this design. I know it looks like trash, but this was just a whole experiment. I've never used stained glass or anything fancy. I tried to make it originally fire, but I ended up going with this circle kind of vibe wall and it really saved my butt in this one. But I ended up adding a mist in the bottom instead of just like a flame pushing it up because that was my original plan, which as you saw didn't work out. Then I used just some nethery kind of basalt stuff like that to decorate the boulder, or I think of this as more of an orb, to kind of give it that vibe, you know, that like ooh witchy kind of thing. And because I couldn't see the colours very well, I ended up having to put black in the background. Whoopsie! And here I am adding some final pops of just like boulders and stuff going around. Those look like flowers. Why did I think that was a good idea? Just to give it that little cracked vibe, you know. Quickie. Now, it's time for our final build. Wire. Now, as mentioned in the introduction, Wire was the first person to actually give me a fully detailed description of what he wanted. Everyone was just like a general vibe, but he told me specifically what rooms he wants, what design, what color palette, all of that junk, so I did it. So I'll take you around. So Wire wanted kind of a boulder, a flying boulder with bits of rocks and debris everywhere, crashing into a bit of a like rock water area. He wanted some sort of stained glass vibe. He wanted everything to have like a nether kind of palette, and it had to be all wizardy because he can. So I did exactly that. Whoa, these guys have grown, bloody hell. So he also requested a bit of stained glass in the build, which I provided. Stained glass, some lava that I didn't get rid of, but we'll keep it. I wanted to make the stained glass kind of look like a bit of a hazy. So we'll come on up into the build. So this is the interior. I did the exact same design that I would have done in Jason's build with the armory. So just pretend that's it. Oh, that's freaky. But yeah, so I wanted to give it this wizardy vibe. So Wire wanted one room for like enchanting and all of that jazz. So we've got a bunch of lapis. We have all the books that he could ever need to research. We're using the flower trapdoor thingo-majiggo. Look, we got some gold, all that nethery vibe, you know. And there's a bed because these are meant to be housed. This is a random bed because I didn't know where to put it, man. But if we go down underneath, this is the potion room. Spooky. Spooky is the potion for all your brewing needs. I'm not an interior decorator, guys. I'm an exterior kind of gal. But yeah, that's it. That's all the builds. Alrighty, and with that brings us to the end of our video. If you've liked this, please be sure to like and comment and let me know what you would like me to do in the future. If you want me to make another one of these videos, I would be more than happy to, and let me know any creators or anyone that you would like me to make a build for. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!